a little bit more going on this week. We had a board meeting. What day is it today? So we had a board meeting yesterday. Got a player signing tomorrow. So obviously, if the people that see me tweet the picture of the pen, like most people in football, got little superstitions. When I first joined Kettering Town, Gary Graham, one of our directors, bought me this pen. So rather than use the flashy pen that I use for work, we've always, for some reason, if I'm signing a player, and we've always used the same signing pen, and we don't actually use, or I don't actually use this pen for anything else than signing players. And I haven't signed a player for a good couple of years because David's normally been doing it, or Neil's been doing it, but it just so happens that tomorrow I'm the guy that's around. So I had to run around the house trying to find this pen. So the tweet wasn't really to wind people up or to keep them on suspense. It was basically to let Gary know I've still got the pen, and it's don't worry, a bit like the Ravens leaving the tower. If I lose my signing pen, that's for me that's a bad omen. So house turned upside down, but luckily we found the pen, so it's all good. What I find really strange this week is the situation that's gone on with there's a club in the National League. Players refusing to take a 20% pay cut to try and help the club and make sure the club survives and can actually start the next season. Given where the country is, and there's thousands, if not millions, of people that are on furlough that may only be getting 80% of their wages, could be being reduced down to 60%. Looking down the possibility of being made redundant and not having jobs, for players to be that blatant about it, I find shows, in my personal view, a lack of respect for the club that's put them on contract, and I assume to this point has paid them whatever they're due. What I find even more shocking, or not shocking actually, that's probably the wrong word, because it's how things are in football, is the FA don't seem to be rallying around and trying to do anything to support this club. The FA is made up of member clubs. The protection seems to be for players. Players seem to have all the power, where this club is obviously struggling, trying to do what it can. It's not saying it's not going to pay them, it's talking about deferring payments or asking them to take a short-term pay cut to see them through to the start of the season. And for the players to turn around and say no, I can understand where that board are coming from, where that chairman's coming from. I think so. Why should I bother? You'd expect maybe one or two players, or some players might be slightly more mercenary than others, but for a whole squad to do that would knock me. Okay, so this is a bit of the behind the scenes stuff. Most of the Kettering Town fans would have seen that we signed George Herbert this week, so he's signed his first team contract. Again, a bit of the background to it, obviously, before the player comes in, the player themselves and their representatives would have had time to look over the contract. So that would have been done prior to this. Obviously, when the player comes in, the photos, we, as you'll see from here, that the player actually signs, a representative of the team or the club signs, and then a witness will sign. Obviously, a guardian, if required, will sign, and then you start doing all the pictures. So they're, as anyone would expect, really they are staged pictures, but we do try wherever possible to take them at the same time, so we're not signing a contract with somebody then a week later we're doing their pictures. Not to say that doesn't happen, but we try not to have that occur. So yeah, that's that bit. Pleased about George. I mean, George is a Kettering lad. He's lives in Kettering. We had him in our academy early doors. He started out at Kettering FC, came over to us, then went over to Whitworth's, and then I think 18 months ago came back over, and those eagle-eyed fans will have seen him in and around the first team. He got on the bench a couple of times. I think he got a bit of a run out on a couple of games, but obviously done enough to impress the manager to deserve the opportunity to come on contract. He understands where he is now. He understands this is the start point. This isn't the end point for him. It's it's now down to him to take the opportunity and move it on. He is part of the elite scholars program, so he will be training 4 days a week, as well as his first team training. So we're giving him every opportunity we can, really, to try and coach him and give him the best opportunity to move forward. And he's aware of that. He knows what he's got to do and the level of commitment he's got to make. So hopefully he's going to do well for us, and you guys will see him around a lot. Okay, so KTFC had a board meeting this week, predominantly focused really on season tickets and what we're going to do with season ticket prices, and whether there's going to be any reductions or how we go around providing people with the discount from the games that season ticket holders from last season haven't had the opportunity to see the season out, so they're in credit, so to speak. So that dominated quite a bit of the discussion. I've edited some clips, so see what we think. Here's the board meeting.
May as well crack on. So on the ground grading front, nothing's changed. The topic I sent out was the new terrace. It was just an update saying I haven't got a confirmed date yet, but we expect it to be in August. So next one, as we all know, the new season's due to start on the 3rd of October.
But again, I think it's one of those where you could spend days, weeks, months trying to find the right formula. Just bang out what we've got, and it's reduced from last year. We'll see how we'll analyse the prices.
You could work out the cost per game and then just deduct that as the thing. I'll have a look at it tonight and I'll fire out a statement. You're going to ask how many seats, Mick, aren't you? I've got the figures on the laptop.
Right. Whilst we've got this COVID regulation, we really can't promise much at all, can we? And I don't think we should try to commit to anything.
And we're getting either shut out or being offered crap margins on it, or
that should match your expectation.
Well, everybody else starts plugging stuff early, so why shouldn't we? So if you're looking for a stocking filler and you're a Kettering Town fan and you're one of these people that likes to crow about our goal scoring record in the FA Cup, well, if you want to learn a bit more about the club and its FA Cup history, Bob and Mal have done this book. It's a statistician's dream, to be fair, but there's also a lot of interesting little bits in here. So if you are looking for a stocking filler or a good, the history of Kettering Town, I think it covers 130 years worth of the poppies in the cup. Grab yourself a copy of the book. It will be able to help you from the club if you can't get a copy of it. We've got some copies around, and obviously Bob, those of you that know Bob and Mel, they're all around the club as well. So again, just grab one of those. But well worth a gander, well worth a purchase.
And take a bunch of picture and create.
Devin actually coming out to the world as a Newcastle fan in public.
Yeah, I'm kind of a bit of a masochist, aren't I?
Yeah. Especially now you've got no takeover and he's got no money, right? Well, he's probably got money, but he's not spending any money, right?
Not a dime.